Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I don't like leaving stones unturned, so when we were talking in an earlier video a few minutes ago about how to speed up Windows startup and shutdown sequences, I made reference to a website, blackviper.com, specifically for his information, being the definitive information on Windows services. And Windows has these programs that it sets to run sometimes automatically when Windows starts up. And yes, you can save some amount of startup time by disabling services or setting them to a manual mode when Windows starts up. You got to be careful though, because sometimes Windows relies on those services in order to work the way it works. But there are services that are safer to either disable altogether or just set to manual and load them only when Windows actually needs them, rather than just running them automatically when Windows starts up. If you right-click the computer icon, whether it's My Computer or Computer, depending on which version of Windows you happen to be running, you can select the Manage option from that menu, and in there you'll see the Computer Management Console. In the left-hand pane, you will see Services and Applications, and underneath that, Services. So you select that, and you'll see a list of the services that are installed on your system. The first column is the name of the service, second column is description, third column is status, and then the fourth column is the startup type. Some will be manual, some will be automatic, some will be automatic delayed in Windows Vista, and some will be disabled altogether. And as I said, blackviper.com is literally the place to go. And he disappeared for a while. It was kind of depressing because he really was the first person to do something like this on his website, listing in another kind of column table format where you've got the name of the service, the defaults for the various versions of Vista, and then which is the safest settings for you to make so that Windows works without a hiccup, or if you want to have the system configuration that Black Viper uses, he's got his current config, and then he's also got a bare bones configuration, which I don't necessarily recommend because you could be in some cases turning off internet capabilities, and this would the bare bones system is likely for gamers who just want to play a game locally and want to have as much memory available to them when they're running inside of Windows. So Black Viper is going to give you a really good head start and really true beefy description, I don't know how else to describe it, of each one of these services that may or may not be running on your system. And shutting those down sometimes is okay to do and sometimes is not. Back up. Heed my warning. This is really only for power users and advanced users. If you shut down the wrong service, you could end up causing irreparable harm to your operating system and having to reinstall Windows. This is the best way to disable services, is actually opening up the Computer Management Console, double-clicking on a service, and then choosing the startup type and pressing OK. That's the way I've always done things. I just keep Windows right now running the way it does out of the box. I really don't set many services that come with Windows off. I haven't had many problems, but if you want to, Black Viper is the resource. If you've got any other tweaking tools in terms of managing Windows services, which are good, which are ones that you don't necessarily need, by all means, leave a comment or a message, let us know, and of course we're always talking about Windows every other minute, and in some cases, as you saw here in the chat room, Linux, which has services but it manages them completely different. I'm not going to go in that right now. Chat room, if you want to join us anytime, is there all the time at live.pirillo.com.